Alrighty, friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Tuesday, the 28th of April, 2020. It's another beautiful day, all right? We've got the moon in the middle degrees of Cancer. Sweet moon, home in Cancer, allowing emotions to flow. All right, now we've got sun in Taurus. The main meat of the day is Mercury at 2 degrees of Taurus, which is going to be creating what? A trine to the south node and a sextile to the north node. So the sextile to the north node, sextile is a positive, free, easy flow of energy connecting two different elements, two different signs. Okay, so we have water and earth creation. Taurus is stability. Cancer is about emotions, the feels, all the feels. Okay, so this is about communicating what makes us feel good, communicating our emotions. We have to be willing to communicate. We have to be willing to open up. Okay. Now, the trine is also an easy flow of energy. Okay, oppositions, squares, quincunxes, those are the more difficult, challenging aspects. The trine, the sextile, very positive. Okay, so trine's just an easy flow of energy connecting two of the same signs. So earth sign Taurus, earth sign Capricorn. Okay, so the south node is right here in Capricorn. We've got Mercury over here in Taurus. So easy flow of energy, stable, restructuring, karmic. Okay, so whatever's going on behind the scenes, the communication that we're bringing up, whatever we're talking about, whatever we're feeling so deeply, this is karma. You know, this is life saying, this has got to come around. This communication's got to come around. What goes up must come down. These are the laws of our reality. You know, we cannot fight these laws that exist. They simply are. So it's surrendering. You know, it's surrendering, being vulnerable, being open, allowing ourselves to communicate our heart's passions, freeing ourselves of the what ifs. This is the biggest thing I can say right now. This is the biggest aspect of our Tuesday, is freeing ourselves of the what ifs. What if I'm rejected? What if I'm denied? What if I follow my heart and I fall flat on my face? Well, you did it. You know, we don't know what we don't know till we do it. This is the biggest chunk of the day. And then, of course, we have this septile here as well, to the north node and Uranus. All right. That's just breakthroughs. It's like if we're willing to communicate, come from a place of stable communication, come from a place of authentic vulnerability, coming from a place of not fearing the unknown, of not fearing like, look, this happened in the past. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again. I opened my heart in the past and I got burned. You know, it's like, it doesn't mean it's going to happen every single time. You know, new circumstances, new beginnings, new opportunities. All right, so we have to be willing to let go of the fear, willing to connect with ourselves in an emotionally stable place, okay, and communicate our heart's desires. All right, now we have one hard aspect here that we can see is Venus over the next 2-3 days here is going to square Neptune. Okay. All this energy by the 30th is going to kind of clear up again when Mercury passes Uranus. Okay. So Venus, love, want, and desire looking in Gemini, again, falling in love with the shadow, falling in love with all the little things that have led us to where we are right now. Okay. Squaring Neptune, dreams, our imagination. Okay. This is the big picture here. Now, this big picture here is septile. Septile, again, is fate and destined to Jupiter. Jupiter saying more. Everything we touch, we want more of a good thing. Okay, so it's like, hey, if this is your life, it is your life, and this is your dreams and your imagination for how you want to live this life, Jupiter's saying yes. Keep focusing on that. Keep meditating on that. Keep this in your vision center. Focus on what you love, want, and desire. Okay. Now, because you see here, this square, that red line, there, okay? And we have the square to Neptune. Neptune septile to Jupiter. We also have Jupiter sesqui-square. That's what this is right here. Sesqui-square down here to Venus. Okay? Now what's important is Venus is also creating, okay, some pretty cool aspects. They're hard to see. This is the quintile up here to Pluto. Pluto quintile over here to Chiron. Chiron quintile to Venus. Okay? Now, what do these quintiles mean? This is where the healing comes in. This is where it's like we have a balance of our dreams, where we want to go, what we want to move forward with. Then we have our own personal fear, our own personal failures that we've done in the past and things that we've tried and it hasn't worked out how we wanted to. And we put, it's just like, how many times can we just keep hitting a wall? It's like that old Einstein. It's like if you do something more than once or 3 times, well, I don't know. I'm screwing that quote up. But it's like, it's insanity. If you're expecting different results and you're doing the same thing again and again and again, this is insanity. So it's like we're locked in this escape room. We don't know how to escape. We can't find the key, okay? It's internal. It's inside. So this little quintile that's happening between Venus and Chiron in Aries, wanting to heal, and then Chiron up to Pluto, transform what you're healing, transform, follow your love, follow your desire, okay? Don't let the fear get the better of you, all right? So it's like saying, hey, we've had the answer, we've had the key the whole time. It was in your phone, it was the code that they gave you when you verified the email address or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you've had the answers all along. You've had the keys. You've had this success. And it's just lifting this veil, this kind of confusion or this filter that we're putting in, between our eyes, our mouth, and our brain. I'm like trying to cover all these things like I hear no evil, see no evil, monkey. It's like we have this little filter that we perceive the world, we perceive possibility, and then it is interpreted here and saying, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do a Greg Louganis triple Salchow backflip off of a 90-foot-high diving board. It's like, sure you could. You just got to practice like Greg Louganis did. I don't know why we're talking about Greg Louganis, but it's like, we have the ability, we can do whatever it is that we have to do. We can get to that high dive, we can bring home the gold. If this is our dream, we have to stay focused. We have to stay persistent. All this Capricorn energy, again, is telling us day by day, keep practicing. I'll be honest, during this like quarantine clean that I've been doing, I found my old meditation balls, right? Those little things. And I've only ever been able to go one way with them. And this past week, I've just been like very persistent at going the opposite direction. And it was so awkward at first. It was like drawing with my left hand. I'm a righty. It's like, oh, I can't do this. And then every single day I'd sit with these stupid balls and meditate with them. And I picked them up yesterday and I was just like, am I going the right direction or no? Because it started to become easy. Right? So what was so very challenging for me to coordinate my hands, my joints, all of a sudden, the switch flipped and it was just like, oh, wow, I'm doing this. I'm not even thinking about it. It's like practicing riding the bike. And then all of a sudden you're just riding the bike. There's no more practice. It's just along for the ride, for the journey. And that's where we're at. That's what we're getting over this comfort hump. It's again, this last month of the North Node in Cancer, a comfort hump, that's like, I don't want to get out of this comfort, but it's like we're being forced to, we're being called out. And if we take advantage of this time now to get outside of our comfort zone, then the rewards will be even greater when the world opens back up to accepting people, to accepting, solutions and society being back open to normal. We're going to have a really, really fantastic opportunity if we're staying focused and disciplined now, if we're following our heart now, if we're not giving up, And at the same time, there is that balance between walking into a door 20 times, going back to that Einstein quote, right? The thing is, we didn't see the handle. we know we can get through this passage. We know we can go through where we know this is the door. We just didn't understand how to turn the handle. If it was a push or a pull, a push, right? If it was a knob, whatever it is, it's like, oh, now we're seeing these key ingredients here that make sense for us to maneuver and do what we have to do. So keep moving forward. Keep doing what you got to do. All right? It's a good day. Good day. Communicate from the heart. And feel good about it. You know, you're following your heart. You're not following someone else's heart. You have to follow your heart, your desires. Yeah? For your life. All right, my friends. Have a beautiful Tuesday. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I love you. I wish you enough. Have a beautiful day.